There's no place like this place, any place. The world-famous bargain house, Honest Ed's. Honest Ed's is a drugstore, appliance store, sporting goods store, grocery store, with menswear, ladies' wear, children's wear, houseware, a shoe shop, bedding shop, and everything else you need shop all rolled into one. Honest Ed, you even attract squirrels.
These prices, they think I'm nuts.
The one and only Honest Ed's at the corner of Bathurst and Bloor.
Welcome to What's the Story, where we dig beneath the surface of the places and things that shaped our world. Today, we're not talking about a castle or an ancient ruin. We're talking about a discount department store that was so much more. The garish, the chaotic, the legendary Honest Ed's. For 68 years, this rambling, sign-covered maze at the corner of Bloor and Bathurst in Toronto was Canada's first and wildest bargain house. From its founding by the theatrical genius Ed Mirvish with a meager $212 insurance payout, to its famous turkey giveaways and hand-painted signs promising cheap, cheap, cheap deals, Honest Ed's wasn't just a place to shop, it was a cultural institution. So come on in. Don't faint at our low prices. There's no place to lie down. Let's get lost in the incredible, only in Toronto, history of Honest Ed's. As always, my name is Cody. I run this channel with my partner Katie. Welcome or welcome back to What's the Story. A reminder, if you do find today's video interesting and informative, be sure to like and subscribe for more stories told by yours truly. Now, grab a snack and a blanket, and let's dive in. Every city has its ghosts, places that linger in the cultural memory long after the wrecking ball has done its work. In Toronto, one of the most vibrant, chaotic, and utterly unforgettable specters is Honest Ed's. For 68 years, this block-long discount emporium, illuminated by over 23,000 light bulbs, was more than just a store. It was a landmark, a rite of passage, a fever dream built on bad puns and unbelievable bargains. It wasn't beautiful. It was garish, noisy, confusing, and beloved. But in 2017, the lights went dark for good. Tonight, we investigate the life, the chaos, and the disappearance of the city's most honest and most bizarre bargain palace. The question isn't what replaced it, but how a place so integral to Toronto's soul could simply vanish. The story of Honest Ed's is the story of one man, Edwin Ed Mirvish. Ed Mirvish wasn't just a businessman. He was a master showman, a philanthropist, and a true eccentric in an era that sorely needed one. He opened the store in 1948 on the corner of Bathurst and Bloor, a location that at the time was considered far outside the city's main retail hub. Ed's genius lay in his philosophy: treat everyone like a millionaire, regardless of what they had in their wallet. His business model was simple: buy liquidation, excess, and bankrupt stock and sell it for pennies on the dollar. But his marketing strategy was legendary. Ed understood that in a drab post-war world, people craved personality. The signs, the handwritten price tags, the dazzling, almost absurd amount of neon, it was all deliberate. It was theater. Ed made shopping fun, turning the simple act of looking for a cheap pillowcase into an adventure. The most critical factor in this cultural phenomenon? The prices. Ed ran famous promotions: turkeys for $1, nylon stockings for 19 cents, and legendary free turkey giveaways at Christmas that drew crowds of 10,000 people or more. Ed Mirvish wasn't selling just goods. He was selling goodwill, spectacle, and the promise of a life slightly better than the one you had. Stepping into Honest Ed's was an act of faith. It was a maze, a multi-story labyrinth of misaligned departments, rickety stairs, and hand-me-down display cases. The aisles were narrow, the lighting inconsistent, and nothing ever seemed to be in the same place twice. This wasn't poor management, it was the intended experience. The store grew haphazardly over the decades, absorbing surrounding buildings. As a result, the floors rarely lined up. You might take 3 steps up to the mattress section and 2 steps down to the canned goods. This architectural chaos added to its charm. But Honest Ed's was a vital ecosystem, especially for new Canadians and low-income families. It offered everything, from discount laundry detergent and school supplies to expired luxury goods and wedding dresses that never found a home. You could furnish your first apartment, stock your pantry, and find the most ridiculous gag gift all in one confusing, cash-only trip. This diversity of merchandise mirrored the diversity of the community it served. Honest Ed's sat in the heart of Mirvish Village, a hub for students, artists, and immigrants. It provided a sense of belonging to those living on the fringes of Toronto's burgeoning wealth. It was, arguably, the most democratic shopping experience in the city. However, as the decades passed, the economics of running a massive, aging, single-owner discount store in an increasingly affluent area began to catch up. The chaos that defined its soul was also its weakness. Ed Mirvish passed away in 2007. His son, David Mirvish, inherited the property along with the immense cultural responsibility it carried. For years, the store continued to operate, an economic anomaly in a city where land value was skyrocketing. Honest Ed's occupied an entire city block, prime real estate worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The simple truth was that the land was infinitely more valuable than the discount store sitting upon it. The final chapter began in 2013, when David Mirvish sold the property to Westbank Properties. The new owners promised a respectful, artistic revitalization of the area. But the fate of the iconic structure was sealed. The closing in December 2016 and the subsequent demolition in 2017 felt like a public funeral for a piece of Toronto's identity. People lined up not for bargains, but for one last chaotic walk through the halls of nostalgia. The ghost of neon was finally extinguished. The site is now home to Mirvish Village, a modern, mixed-use development with condos, retail spaces, and sleek architecture, a stark contrast to the hand-painted anarchy that preceded it. Honest Ed's death wasn't a tragedy of economics, it was an inevitability of progress. Toronto is a city constantly shedding its skin in the pursuit of modernization and density, but few losses sting quite as much as this one. The loss of Honest Ed's reminds us that a city's true character isn't just found in its museums or its monuments, but in the accessible, often messy spaces where everyone, regardless of status, felt welcome. It was the last great example of retail showmanship, a place that defined an entire generation of Toronto life. It's gone now, but its memory, loud, bright, and utterly ridiculous, serves as a constant reminder of the colorful heart that sometimes gets paved over in the name of development. The Bargain Palace may have vanished, but the chaotic, beautiful ghost of Honest Ed will haunt that corner forever. Tell me, what's your most unforgettable memory of Honest Ed's? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to explore more vanishing cultural landmarks, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay safe and keep investigating the hidden histories all around you. Hey there, before you take off, we'd just like to take a second and say that we really appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video. Katie and I are so grateful for our beautiful community, so thank you for being a part of it. If you want to help What's the Story continue to grow, one of the easiest things you can do is leave a like on this video and consider subscribing. Be sure to hit that notification bell as well and select all notifications to stay up to date with our latest releases. We want you to know that we truly appreciate every like, sub, share, and comment that you send our way. Once again, thanks so much, and we hope to see you soon.
Extra, extra, Honest Ed, soft and imitated, never duplicated, world-famous bargain house, does it again.
Inflation, recession, hard times, not at Honest Ed's. These bargains run until store closing January 19th. 1.5-liter Corningware covered saucepan at Ed's unbelievable price of $8.88. 8-ounce jar of Nescafe Rich Blend Instant Coffee only at Ed's for just $4.99. Men's pile line 3/4 length car coats in small, medium, and large at Ed's just $10.88. Alpha number 8 meat grinder for you at Ed's for only $9.99. Booty style casuals by Chow for ladies and teens sizes 5 to 10 only, $12.88 a pair. One location only, 4 big floors of bargains to save you money.
Honest Ed is a nightmare.
But my bargains are a dream.